Hi there, it's Holly. I know it's been a bit since a Friday review. Yeah, I had said a while ago that I would get around to Jason Goes to Hell, but finally. This one's a weird one. Granted, the last three I talked about were also weird ones in an experimental way. But this is New Line's first, Jason Goes to Hell was New Line's first Jason movie. And in a way, I actually kind of like how they just went completely in a different direction, like almost a complete like we're ending anything having to do with the previous Paramount stuff, and also hinting that they would be an eventual Freddy vs. Jason movie. It did take a good while for that to happen, but it did happen. But yeah, this one's different. This one is the closest thing I could think of with this one is it's the Halloween 6 of Jason movies. In that it's oddly like not necessarily this was not necessarily culty, but very similar. Um Especially with something they did later with the David Gordon Green Halloweens in a weird way. But in this version, like in this movie, Jason has the ability to like essentially transfer his soul into other people and take over them. Um, so it's not so much of a Jason movie; it's more or less a possession serial killer movie, if that makes sense. It's like when I say it's like Halloween 6, it's also like the Halloween 3 of Jason movies, where it's completely different from everything else. Only like having a little bit to do with what the original is, or like the main series is. Um, I do keep keeping with the Halloween things. Like there's the Duke, right? That's his name. Hold on. It's do do do. Crane Duke. Crane Duke is very interesting as like the weird bounty hunter, religious like expert. I don't know what he is. He just appears like I've been hunting Jason forever. I know how to deal with him. It's like, oh, okay, sure, I guess. There's just all this lore here. Um, I will say this about New Line. They love their random lore. When I get to talking about the Nightmare movies, I would get way more into that because Nightmare goes insane with its background lore, but this one definitely it adds on a whole bunch of background, and I I don't hate the movie. The movie is very interesting. It's I actually really like these unique takes, these unique entries in sort of like horror groups, like the series. I mean, um, and this one, like I said, it's definitely interesting. Um, it does bring in the whole another bit of the family thing with uh, 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 uh it's Jason's niece, I think, or sister. It's one of the Voorheeses. I think sister, no, niece. The, unfortunately, taking my time with this one, I have forgotten a bit. But point is, this one is definitely not people's favorite. I don't know how it ranks 100% anymore because people's rankings change all the time. But I I would place this probably honestly above the last three. Yeah, probably above the last three. Like each one of like six, seven, and eight had their moments, but the lack of like actual violence shown did really hinder it, and like it just made the tropes more apparent. And this one at least went something completely different for this. And it's that bold choice that I do like. I like the idea of like it's the dagger thing. They show the Book of the Dead, all that stuff. Like it's so different and unique from all the rest that it's hard to place because it's not your typical slasher, but it's also still one. Um, listen, I would place it above six, seven, and eight, which is surprising to me. But yeah, like especially the diner scene is particularly like, whoa, kind of. I got nothing else to say other than it is interesting, and I get why people don't like it. I get why like it was one of those ones when it came out and it was like, what is this? What are we doing here? Kind of thing. Like it's so vastly different. Um, that I know why like it's been placed at the bottom for decades. But I think its boldness and its uniqueness does help it a lot, for me at least. Um, I'd still wouldn't place it like as my favorite at all. Like it's like fourth from the bottom, so like that's not good. Um, yeah, I have less to say on this one, really. But yeah,